You know, everyone talks about Class 1A. Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, Kirishima, Ida, Uraraka, Sue, Mina, all of them, right? But I don't see anyone talking about their rivals, Class 1B. I'll make my own Class 1A video eventually, ranking all the characters in that class, but I want to pay homage to the lesser known students at UA. This is Class 1A, this is Class 1B ranked. There are a total of 20 students in Class 1B, and we are going to start with Yui Kodai. I may mispronounce some of these characters, so I do apologize going forward. Yui Kodai is by far the weakest character in this class. Now, why is that? Well, a lot of that's due to how much screen time she really has. She has maybe a maximum of 1 to 2 fights, and she really only does a significant amount in the first fight she's in. And that's her fight with Mina and Mineta. You can react or somewhat react to both of them at the same time with some help from the Poltergeist chick. I think her name is Rikyo. She can move stuff around. We'll get to her eventually, obviously. But in her fight, she was able to kind of react to them. She didn't have any outstanding feats, so we're not going to spend too much time on it. For remembrance, obviously, I've put stuff up on the screen, but she has her size quirk, but that's about it. She does use it really well. The data book gave her an A+ in technique, so obviously she's very, very good at what she does. And number 9 is Kosei Tsubura. That's close enough. It's the solid air quirk kid that trapped Koda and rode Geruda, I think his name was. The big beast guy. Him. So the big beast guy had a guy on his back. That's who we're talking about. His biggest claim to fame is being able to catch Shinso and Koda in his little solid air trap. And again, he's another one of these people that is really good at their quirk. He got an A+ in skill. And he's the first person here who we've talked about that actually has a certain technique to his thing. It's called air prison. It's really the only thing he's been known for doing is just trapping people in a air box. He's not great, but he's got more to say than Kodai does. So next up is Togaru Kamakiri. He has the razor sharp quirk. Basically what he can do is he can have blade arms, pretty much. He can cut through solid metal pipes, so that he's obviously pretty damn strong. He took an explosion to the face from Bakugo. But that's, again, really about it. He can cleanly slice through a metal pipe, and took one explosion to the face from Bakugo. That's really about it. Next up, at number 17, is Kojiro Bondo. This guy is the dude with the yellow bucket-looking head that opens up. Chematine, I think it's how it's pronounced. It's basically a certain type of glue. Only real thing he's got besides the data book stuff is his durability feat, of where he could take explosions from Bakugo, but he did manage to stay in one piece aside from a couple burn marks. But unfortunately, he is less skillful than everyone else we've talked about, getting a C in technique, but he makes up for it with having superior stats in other categories. Next up is, Nirengeki Soda, the fat fucking nerd, basically. That's who's at number 16 here. Basically, his whole claim to fame is being able to one-shot Mineta. Not the most durable guy out there. And he can react to Mina, he just wouldn't be able to beat her. And his quirk is Twin Impact, with a B in technique, so he's okay. Yeah, he's not too shabby if you want to go that way. At number 15, we have Manga Fukidashi. Pretty self-explanatory of who this guy is. It's the guy with the manga face. Now again, besides the dad book stuff, he has two major feats here. He can crush concrete and metal pipes with the words. Depending on what the word is, he can crush that kind of shit. But he did take a beating from Toru, the invisible girl from Class 1A. Toru, in my opinion, is the weakest member of that class, so not a great showing. Number 14, we have Hairu Rin. He has the scales quirk, and he actually has a couple of techniques. He has sprouting scales, reverse scales, which are both offensive, and his defensive is, again, reverse scales, and within one, scale carapace. He's actually he's one of the characters down this low that actually have a decent feat on a decently strong character from Class 1A. He actually has a couple feats on Sue. He can somewhat react to her, and he could block a drop kick from her. And let's remember, Sue is a frog. Sue has the frog quirk. Frogs have very strong legs, so let's not sit here and say, "Oh, that's nothing. Sue's weak." Sue has strong ass fucking legs. Sure, they ain't Miroko. Bunny girl. They're not as strong as hers, no way in hell. But they're still very fucking strong. And again, the rest of it's kind of just data book stuff. However, he did tank the 1.3 million volt attack that Denki released in the cavalry race. There's a lot of people that took that attack, but he is one of them. Number 13, it's the poltergeist chick I talked about earlier. Besides being pretty good at her quirk, right, her full name is Riko Yanagi. Riko Yanagi. She is another person that took that Denki Volt attack that they did in the cavalry race, but she has proven to be able to lift a person with her poltergeist abilities, and she actually overwhelmed Mina for a bit, so that does count for something. The reason they count for something is because Mina is actually a middle tier Class 1A hero. She's in the middle tier, I'd say, so not too shabby. At number 12, we have Pony. What the hell is your last name? Tsunotori. That's the best you're gonna get out of me. Now she actually faced Shuji and Ojiro. Now I want to say this so you guys get this point across. She was able to escape both of them, right? She was also able to avoid both of them at the same time. Granted, they aren't trying to kill. At least I hope they aren't trying to kill each other. Some of the scenes when I watch it in the manga, when I watch it in the anime and the manga, people like Bakugo, Tetsu, Todoroki, they definitely acted like they were trying to kill each other. Now, she does have one feat where she smashes through Todoroki's ice, but that was with Tetsu as a battering ram. But that also does tell you she has enough force and enough speed to get to that speed and have Tetsu be the battering ram to bash through it. She could also pin Shuji, again, a very strong character in Class 1A. She probably has the most offense that we have gone over so far. She has 3 different attacks: Horn Cannon, Horn Thunder, Horn Surf, and she can also use Horn Surf for defensive purposes. And she's another character that got a A in Technique. So again, she's very good at her quirk. Now next is Nito Monoma. Now I kind of put him in the middle. The reason for that is his power. Now his power kind of, it depends on the quirk he steals, right? So it's been proven that he can steal quirks like All for One. Granted, his body wouldn't be able to take it. He would definitely break his bones like Deku does. However, still does mean that he could steal a very powerful quirk for 5 minutes. And that's really fucking scary. But on his own, he's not that impressive. He's okay, but he's not that great. Alright, halfway through, we have Sen Kaibara, the one with the tornado arms. He can match Ojiro in hand-to-hand combat, and Ojiro is by far one of the best hand-to-hand fighters in Class 1A. His whole thing is he's a martial artist. He even overwhelmed him for a bit, so that says that Sen Kaibara is a somewhat better hand-to-hand fighter at that point than Ojiro was. And we saw that Ojiro was a black belt, or he had a black belt. So this guy is above a fucking black belt. And also, Ojiro kinda had an extra limb with his tail. At number 9, we have Mushroom Bitch, Kineko Komori. You guys know who I'm talking about. She is another one of Denki's victims in the 1.3 million volt attack that he unleashed. What really makes her really dangerous is her area of effect. She has the first overpowered ability section here. Split Gill Lung Strike. Basically what she can do, it's honestly pretty self-explanatory. She can put mushroom in your lungs, and it makes it hard for you to breathe. Therefore restricting your stamina, your attack power, a lot, because you have fucking trouble breathing. Next up is Setsuna Togi. I'm going to assume that's how you say her name. Now, Setsuna has also another very good area effect and combat speed, considering she can break up her body parts and kind of go on espionage missions and kind of gather information, which is another good thing that she can do with her quirk. But she could also grab people. She could use her mouth to bite people. I don't know, whatever kinky shit she wants to do. She actually overwhelmed Bakugo for a bit, and she was another one of Denki's victims in the 1.3 million volt attack that he unleashed. Overall, being a pretty good overall person, I think I may have put the data book stuff up on screen because I don't want to leave you out to dry. So I'm going to put their stats up on screen of what they had in the data book. Obviously not putting everything up there because there was some like stupid shit in there. I'm putting the relevant stuff on there. Next up is Shihai Koruiru. Stupid fucking name. This guy actually managed to control Dark Shadow and turn Dark Shadow onto Tokuyami. This guy is so fast that it took Tokuyami's Black Angel to catch him. That is Tokuyami's fastest ability. He also took a slash from Tokuyami, and he could avoid Aoyama's laser. Now, sure, Aoyama may not be light and fast, but that's still a laser that he avoided. But his little quirk is he's able to go into shadows, and he kind of just maneuvers around there. So, pretty overpowered quirk. At number 6, we have Yosetsu Azue. Yosetsu, his quirk is the Weld quirk. He managed to get Bakugo stuck, and this stuff actually held Bakugo, and it took Sato, the Sugar Rush guy, to come and break those things apart. So it did take a pretty physically strong character to break through those metal rods that he carries around. And he can actually make shields. His little armor thing and his shield that he makes block Bakugo's blasts. And while they were on the little camping trip with the Pussycat team that they were with, like Tiger and stuff like that, and they were attacked with the Nomus and Legion of the villain League of Villains, Yozue was actually who saved Momo and actually managed to keep away from that Nomu for a decent bit until he got trapped. So he managed to carry a person like this. He wasn't like this, he wasn't like that. He was carrying him like this and still managed to run a decent bit away before the Nomu caught up to him. At number 5 is the beast himself, Jiruda. Shishida. Jiruda Shishida. No, Jiruda actually manhandles, I believe, 3 of Class 1A's characters at the time when they did this little Class 1B versus Class 1A thing they did. He manhandled Chikota, Sue, and Kirishima. When I say manhandle, he didn't manhandle all of them, he manhandled Koda, absolutely. He managed to throw both Sue and Kirishima. Like, he threw them out of the way. In fact, he threw Sue and Kirishima so hard, they bent the metal pipe. Not little dents, bent them. That's how hard Jiruda threw them. And when he's running, he can tear straight through metal piping. Just by running through them. While running, he can actually escape Sue and Denki trying to pursue him while in that festival thing. He took a metal pipe to the head. He is another Denki victim of that 1.3 million volt attack. And the people that he can react to was Sue, Koda, and Kirishima at the time. Obviously, maybe he wouldn't be able to react to people like Kirishima. Maybe he could still react to Sue. He can definitely still react to Koda. Koda sucks. And he has Beast and Roaring Rage. Now, Beast is his quirk. Obviously, hairy dude, but he can turn into almost like a gorilla Sasquatch deal. Now, number 4 is Ibara Shinozaki. Now, her vines can hold up people as heavy as Kirishima. I believe she held him up while he was hardened. I could be wrong, but still, it's been proven. It's now proven that Ibara can lift people. She's also being able to react to Denki. Very, very easily, mind you. Again, she caught Kirishima. That does take some reaction time. Whether it was intentional or not, still takes grabbing them to react to them. She has 4 different offensive options. She obviously has generic vine attacks, Via Dolorosa, Crucifixion, and Fig Tree. And her defense, again, traditional vine attacks, Faith Shield, and the Fig Tree. And she's very good with her technique, getting an A. So, good on her. Next up is Momo's little rival, Etsuna Kendo. Itsuka Kendo. This bitch can crush tungsten. Yeah, she can crush tungsten and walk with a cannon while Momo is still fucking strapped to her. So she's a strong gal. She's another one of those Denki 1.3 million volt victims that we keep talking about. But obviously, she can overwhelm Momo pretty easily in melee, considering Momo's not necessarily combative, but it's what she creates that's dangerous. And she has Big Fist and Double Jumbo Fist. It's pretty self-explanatory on what both of those things are. And obviously her quirk is Big Fist. It's pretty much what the Akamichi do in Naruto, but it's only their hand. Now we're getting to second place, silver medal, Juzo Hanuki. I want to say Hanuki. Now this guy was a beast. He managed to take hits from Ida and still could react to him and trap him. Ida, one of the fastest characters in the series, Juzo managed to catch in his mud. He's another person that can also react to people like Ojiro. His quirk allows him to soften the ground below him. That way he can kind of trap people, and he's free to swim through it too. He has no problem with that. So you're fucked while he's coming swimming at you like a shark. And again, he has no problem catching you, considering he can catch people like fucking Ida, who have fucking engines strapped to their calves. And he's by no means stupid. He got an A in wits and an A in flexible thinking. So not only is he a strategist, somewhat, he's also a tactician. He also got an A in speed, too. So, and he got an A in fucking technique. Obviously, you guys can see this, the data book stuff. So this guy is a fucking monster. However, he's nothing compared to the monster that's next. And I'm pretty sure you all can guess who that is. There's only one person we haven't talked about. Tetsu. What a stupid fucking name. This guy manages to go blow for blow, punch for punch. This is pretty much Kirishima if he was a little less heat resistant and it was metal. That if I had to sum up who fucking Tetsu was, that's who Tetsu is. It's if Kirishima was the top of his class. But I'll go in depth of how strong he is. Now, obviously, I have everything right here, so I'm going to read off some of his strength feats, or attack power feats. He run while carrying Ibara, took out Mustard with one punch. Mustard is the briefly appearing League of Villains member that has tear gas and a revolver. A fucking weak ass. Could tear through metal pipes, can punch through Todoroki's ice, could go toe-to-toe with Todoroki in joint training, tied against Kirishima in the festival fight. With his speed, it ain't too fucking shabby either. Granted, it does say D, but he came in 10th in the festival race, and there's 42 people, so he beat 32 people. Mustard didn't see him coming as the gas was clearing. Could go toe-to-toe with Todoroki and Kirishima. Yes, he is a bit aggressive, and he is a bit, doesn't think before he fights, but he's not brain dead either. He's not stupid. I would say he's a little smarter than Kirishima is, so I guess he's Kirishima if he's a little smarter. He's bulletproof, he's heat resistant. Again, he can take hits from Kirishima. He can react to Kirishima and Todoroki, and that also means he can keep up with them as well. He even overwhelmed Todoroki at one point. And obviously his only real offensive option is his Steel Fist and turning his whole body to steel. And it's not much to do with this quirk. He kind of just uses it as bread and butter. Nothing too impressive with his quirk usage other than using it to harden himself, which is it is the base use of the quirk, I'm sure. It's just he doesn't do anything. He doesn't evolve it. Like Kirishima evolves his quirk. He tries to make his quirk more useful. He tries to make his quirk more durable. In fact, he tries to make himself more durable if his hardening ever cracks or breaks. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Put your ranking down below. Who do you think would be the strongest? Who's second strongest, third, fourth, fifth, whoever? There's 20 fucking characters you'd have to rank. Now, regarding my upload schedule, I know it's been really wonky, but as you can see, I moved. I have a new room now. That's why I haven't been uploading for a little bit. I've been moving. I've been trying to sort everything out, but I really wanted to make a video really badly, so here you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe to me if you want to see more videos from me. Comment what you want to see next, and I'll see you all in the next thing. See you guys.